What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Subnautica. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. We take care of business. Our sea moth is all kitted out with a custom paint job, looking all sexy. We've got some like underwater jelly shroom things that we need to grow over here. They should grow pretty rapidly. It shouldn't take long. I think I can probably place them. We'll put them in a separate bed. We'll keep the funguses away from the rest of our crops. I don't know how it's going to play for us long term. But there you go. We've planted some shrooms. Those will grow up. We'll be able to harvest off of them, and that'll give us a reasonable supply so that I think we combine that with benzene and we get polyamine or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. I wanted to be, though. I really enjoyed my chemistry. It was all magic to me. That's really what it came down to is when I was in college, I loved my chemistry classes. I had a really good time in my chemistry classes. I thought they were pretty legit. I had a really good teacher, though. I had a teacher who made it applicable and fun and not upsetting. I don't have enough diamond to do the thing that I want to do yet, so we're going to have to sit on that for a little while. And you know how I love sitting on things. I'll probably put the lithium and the magnetite in there. We're going to need a separate metals containment, I think. We'll start working on stuff for the modification station before too long. We can get swim charge fins, but we need polyaniline to do that. For the Cyclops, we can build a couple of depth modules. We can also do a Seamoth depth module right here, Mark II, if we wanted to. We can also make Mark III. I think each one takes you up to another 100, so you can get down to like 500 or 600 as your depth. And then at that point, we can basically do most of our exploration up until the point where we need the exosuit to find the stuff that we want. That's actually, we can make all of those depth modules, and that's not an issue at all. I have the stuff that's required to make the enameled glass. Yeah, we might as well throw that together right now. Where is my... So do I still have the glass in my inventory? I don't. Where did I throw my glass? I thought I still had some glass left over. Oh, please tell me I still have glass. There it is. So I need that. I need a tooth. I need... What was the other thing? Did I need magnetite for that? I already had the magnetite. I needed plasteel, though, so I'm going to need lithium before too long. So there's a couple lithiums right there. I'm going to make some enameled glass. That's done. Enamel glass is all finished off. Plasteel right there. And that should get us our other depth module. But I think I've got to pull the depth module out of Abner real fast. I got to do some surgery on Abner. Don't be afraid, little Abner. It's not going to be as bad as it sounds. Little Abner! Let's get our depth module right there. And we will bump this on up to 400 meters. And if I have the stuff, I'll bump it on up to 500 meters right now so that it's done and taken care of. There's our next depth module right there. The next one that we need is another plasteel ingot and a bunch of rubies. Do I have rubies in this playthrough? I thought I had rubies, but... Is it in my metals? It is. I got 2 rubies right there, but it's not going to be enough. I'm also all out of some... Okay, well, we'll stick with 400 for right now. Still, we're getting a lot of upgrades for Abner, but we have things to do down in that mushroom cave that we were in previously. So let's go take care of business down there first. Oh, 500, really? That thing's going down deep at this point. It's going down, down, scooby-dooby-doo. I don't really know the words of this song. I'm gonna sing it anyways. I hope it doesn't suck, and I hope that you love me. All right, so let's go down to the bottom. We've got mushroom cave exploration to do. Mushroom cave, mushroom cave. Let's do the mushroom cavey thing. That is why I mushroom sing. Mushrooms here for you and me. It's a mushroom in the sea. All I want to do is mine. That's pretty much what we're going to do. There's a sea base down here that we can get into some trouble next to. So I'm going to look for the sea base. And while we're in the vicinity... We're also going to mine along the way. Is that thing trying to bite me right now? Okay. I know I tell people to bite me all the time, but I'm not trying to actually have it happen. This is a pretty good little mining spot, actually. We're going to need lots of diamond, lots of lithium, and loads of ruby for the future. Also, a few extra magnetites in there. Won't turn it down if they're going to be available. We have our rebreather on, so at this depth, we should be solid to not get any detriments or debuffs to our swimming. There's this guy over here, but he might pop out when I do this. There we go, a little bit more gold. Gold is kind of the thing that I don't need right now, but, you know, we'll pick it up. I'll dump it if I have to a little bit later. Absolutely will consider dumping it. We've got a smaller sea base on this side, possibly. Oh. We've just got one crate on top of a paddock. Yeah, I'll take that bait. Let's see what's going on inside of here. We're gonna need water anyways, so... it's a free battery. Alright. Are there any critters around that are gonna try and bite me? I'm gonna open up my storage real fast, and we have water inside of here. I need it. So let's throw that water together. We'll eat one of those guys right now while we're in the neighborhood, too. Okay. I think the sea base we're looking for is right here. This place should have a couple of the random little artifact things we can break into, I think. So I'm going to park this dude right here while keeping a careful respect to that mushroom over there and also the mushroom behind me. And hopefully this works out well. I don't have my scanamajig with me, so let me get my scanamajig out. Scanamajig, what you want to do right now? We've got Bart Torgle's log.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out of the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. Learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
Ooh, we got a bed over here. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies. I guess so. We've got a basic double bed right there, too, which I think allows us to sleep or something like that. Go figure, that's what a bed does. Who knew? Who could have possibly guessed that that's what a bed does? We also got an ultra-high capacity tank right there. We got Degasi's voice log over here.
We're already 200 meters below sea level. You want to go deeper?
Look around us, Chief. Water leaking through the hull, water outside the hatch. We're drowning real slow. If rescue arrives, whatever shot us down, it's gonna do it again and again until it's shut off. You see an off switch around here, Chief?
Why would it any more likely be half a kilometer down?
Your kid found something on the scanner. There's something down there. Something that shouldn't be.
You're mad.
I'm going all the same, and I have an idea you two are gonna follow. But if you do, be mindful. Your authority stopped at sea level.
Sounds like things are kind of going wrong right now.
Something incredible just happened. Since we're down here, I had this plan to build equipment and study the life forms we were encountering, but I didn't have enough enameled glass. So, I started looking for a natural substrate that would strengthen the glass we have, and those stalker teeth we've been finding fit the bill. Only, well, we needed more. That's when Marguerite got interested. She actually listened to me, more than I can say for Father, and I worked up the courage to talk about my more tentative theories. When I told her they were attracted to metal deposits, that their teeth get dislodged when they pick them up, her eyes narrowed and she dashed out of the room. 3 hours later, she came back, her pack loaded down with stalker teeth. I asked her about it. She shrugged and said my theories were good. Said she had the meeting out of the palm of her hand. I think she meant it literally. She is incredible. She went out to the kelp forest armed with just a heat blade and went fin to fin with a pack of stalkers. On the one hand, that is the coolest thing I have ever heard. On the other, well, I hope the stalkers didn't come off worse than Marguerite did. She had a huge gash on her forearm. I don't think things went as smoothly as she made out. And what's the point in surviving here if we have to kill everything that makes it so wonderful? I wish I knew more about these animals, but Father won't let me leave the habitat. Maybe with all this glass, we could build a containment unit and get up close to them.
I mean, my question, as the game is flowing right now, is like, these people got kicked out of the Aurora just like we did, right? Or are they from a completely separate ship? They must be from a separate ship, because the Aurora crashed. I mean, everybody would have come down at the same time that I did with the Aurora, but there are pods all over the place, which has got me kind of interested in what's going on.
New PDA data.
Son, there is always a pecking order. And in our world, money makes a hierarchy. I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, why is Marguerite making the decisions?
We need her. We let her think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
But what if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Well, I got caught up on some stingies right there. Apparently, we've got more PDA data to go through. So there's Degasi. We've got codes and clues, life pod transmission origin. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Stalker teeth, this world, habitation, storm, curious, maroon, dilemma.
You know what Maida told me today? She wants to build a habitat 500 meters below sea level, more than 1 kilometer northeast of here. And she needs Bart and I to do it. She's got it into her head that she can save us if she just acts recklessly enough. But I've hauled Star Wars to Neptune, Plasteel to the Federation. This family operates 9 different mining colonies across the Ariadne Arm. Maida thinks she's better suited to lead. Her contract still says otherwise. But I just cannot damn well tell whether it's the stupidest idea I ever heard, or my only hope. I turned 80 years old last week. I thought I had another 80 in me, but marooned on this planet, there's no swapping out of my liver when the old one fails. Here, I'm mortal. And Maida is useful. So, it's my responsibility to make a decision. Return to the island and hope whatever knocked the Degasi out of the sky won't do the same to the rescue ship. Or take us deeper in search of answers. And all the while be hoping old age gets me before the sea monsters do. I'll give Maida just one thing. She was right about these caves. There's enough lithium there to fabricate 100 tons of plasteel. Enough for a damn fleet of Cyclops submarines. There was nothing anyone could have done to avoid crashing here. But I was right to order the detour. If we get off this planet, they'll be talking about the Torgal share price on the other side of the Federation.
Well, there you go. They're from the Degasi. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that earlier. Probably because I'm just focused on playing the game. But they're from a previous ship. So whatever did this to the Aurora also did this to ships before us. So whatever happened to the Aurora happened before her. There we go. I knew I could make it rhyme. I knew I could make it work. I'm so excited for myself right now. Other things that we need down in this area. I think there's like a lava trench down here somewhere. And if we can find our way to that, I've got enough inventory space to where we can haul a bunch of ruby out of here. And the extra ruby will make it such that... Is there anything down in there? Nope. Kind of safe. If I can get any extra ruby, we can get our final habitat upgrade so that this thing can go down to like 700 meters or whatever. And that will be fantastic. There will be no complaints from my end of the peanut gallery if we can make that occur. Little bits and pieces of the storyline coming through. Obviously, they didn't get rescued. It seems like we're in transhumanism now, too, because he was talking about how humans are living for like 160, 200 years just by swapping out all their parts one by one. Pretty crazy stuff, but fun to think about, I think, in the back of your mind. I don't know. Being mortal, I think, has its benefits. I think there's an upshot to being short-lived. We only live like 50 to 70 years, and because of that, everything is better. Like, you get to enjoy things more. Like, yeah, you want to enjoy things forever, sure, But I've always maintained that, like, with all those vampire movies and novels and stuff like that, how bored would you be if you had been alive for, like, 2,000 years? Like, nothing would surprise you. You will have seen it all. There's nothing vaguely that the world can offer you that makes anything even remotely more interesting. Like, especially in the periods that were before the internet. That would have been a mess. Nowadays, it'd be a little bit easier to last for a couple thousand years because technology is in a state of flux. But in those old days, I think it probably would have sucked. So we got some thermal vents down here. I don't know if these guys are going to give us any kind of anything we want, but I'm pretty sure there's a location down in here near the thermal vents where you can get more ruby. If we can't get it from there, obviously there's a lot of other locations that we've been to that we can eke that out of. We don't take damage by taking the sea moth up and over the top of the lava vents, so don't panic about it, trying to avoid it and all that kind of stuff. It'll work out okay. I promise. I was trying to get up and out of here, but I think we might just tool around for a little bit and see what it has to offer. I was hoping there would be ruby down here, but I guess not. Oh, we got a PDA on the dock over here. Yeah, I know. You're a badass. We've got data environment log. So if you wanted to lead that right there, I'll go ahead and put it on screen so you can pause it. And then go down and pause it right there. And then we'll keep going. And that way you can read the environmental logs and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't have time to do it in the middle of an episode. But some people very much like the flavor text and all the other stuff that goes along with it. Let me get my spotlight out right here. Grab some magnetite on our way out. A little bit more diamond on our way out as well. Perfect. We should be stocked up for quite some time. This is a pretty significant backpack full of the things that we need in order to play the game over the long term and keep me from having to make loot runs to other locations because that would be a mess. Now then, back up to the surface. We don't have the rubies that we need to get down to 500 meters, but we do have a new ping on our... Oop. My bad. I didn't realize how fat my ass was. I've been eating a lot of plants down here. I've been eating a lot of food, so I get it. And let's go back over to here. And the place that it wants us to go is down right there. It says it's at 500 meters. We can do 500 meters. It's going to get real dark down there. It's not going to be super bright. And the amount of sunlight that's going to trickle down from above is going to leave us a bit wanting in that regard. But it's not that bad. I think we can do it. Other things that we'll look at is the manufacture of polyaniline and stuff like that. See if maybe there's something we can do along that front. Although I don't even know what goes into polyaniline. So we'll try. I assume that polyaniline is some kind of fuel, possibly. Back at base, let's check in on our grow beds and see how those are doing. See if they have anything harvestable on them just yet. Looks like they're growing up. They're getting a little bit bigger, but they haven't sprouted yet. I still don't know what Rouge Cradle does. I assume it does something good. With these little dudes over here, they're at 99%, so that's 100% grown right there. Is it possible? Okay. It looks like we can get a few more of them. If we can make this work. Sorry, I think the grow bed's being weird. Look at that, and then... Oh, that's actually already full. Okay. Now we've got another grow bed right here that we can fill out with what we need. I don't know if we're going to need more benzene, though, or if we're going to need more of this, more of that. And there's some blood oil right there. Our inventory's full. Let's take this blood oil and we'll reseed it on that side so that we have a good supply of it. It doesn't look like we've grown a whole lot just yet, but we will grow more in the future. And with the blood oil, I think we need like 3 of it in order to do what I want to do. I haven't unloaded the inventory yet, but I wanted to make some benzene because we got some upgrades that we can get cracking here. We can actually upgrade our air tank to the biggest one in the game, which gives us, I think, around 200 seconds worth of air. We've got our metals supply on this side, which is actually rapidly exploded. We've got more of that stuff than I even know what to do with. I think I've got enough lithium on me right now to do the upgrade. So let's pass that on out. And we will put in an ultra high capacity tank there. Bim bam bomb. Ultra high capacity tank. Don't fail me now. Ooh. 225 seconds with a rebreather. That should be absolutely gorgeous for exploration. That's going to be fantastic. I'm excited about it. Let's throw some of our crystals in here. There we go. Don't need the lithium in there right now. No, thank you. Other stuff that I can throw in. We don't have a lot of titanium at the moment. I might just relabel this more metals. I don't think well, we'll just leave it as metals. I'm not going to put metal tit on there because, you know, I don't want to bring the age rating up on this series. Perfect. We've got the blood oil. We can go get some more. I think there's 2 more blood oils to be harvested over there, which allows us to make our first pot of benzene, which as far as I know is a fuel source. I don't know a lot of stuff about stuff, but I do know some things. So we'll grab some of those blood oils out of there as they're popping up. Oh, I got enough room for another one. Hell yeah. Thank you for your bounty, Ocean. Man, we got everything on this planet that we need to survive. They're almost making it easy on us. Now, how long did it take for... I wonder if the generator's still running right now. I'm going to run a couple of benzines right there. 1 or 2 of them anyways. Oh, cool. I like how the little bottle actually has the chemical structure of what you're trying to create. It's a hex because I think hexes are for organic compounds, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. What's going on over here? It's still active, so it's still running off the rotten lantern fruits that we pulled off the tree to keep it going. That was a really good plan, too, if I do say so myself. I'll probably run this mostly off of lantern tree from now on. In addition, I think I'm only going to exclusively plant marble melons for our food supply because they give like 12 and 14 to food and hydration. Throw those lantern fruits in there, looking solid. And then for the blood oil that we have around, in the biological capacity, we'll throw that in there. I don't know if there's anything new that we can do with benzene now that we have it. I don't see anything new on the list, but we can make synthetic fibers, which brings us to kind of an interesting point. I don't know how many recipes that's going to unlock once we've got access to synthetic fibers, but I'm willing to run up here and chop down one of these creep vines just to find out. Sometimes you got to murder some creep vine, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's got to go. There we go. Got like 6 of that. I'll probably farm out some more stalker teeth while we're in the neighborhood, too. I could use... We're going to need enamel glass for other stuff, so maybe like 5 or 6 teeth would be a good idea for farming. But today we made some pretty significant progress on the things that we're trying to do. It's been a good day. You don't always have a good day in a recording, but you try to optimize and make it the best that it can be. And today I feel like we were getting kind of close to the top of the list there. We can actually make high-strength synthetic fibers now. Cool stuff. Now, used up all of our benzene, but we do have fiber mesh, which is good. We'll keep that in our biological resources right there. Throw the rest of the fiber mesh in there because I don't have to worry about it for a little while. And once we get back from some of our other exploration, I think we need rubies now. I think we need rubies. I'm going to pull up a couple of marble melons on this side. And we are going to throw those down our gullet. And then for these dudes right here, we're actually going to chop them up with a knife, because that's how you get a whole bunch of seeds. Then you throw those in there, and that is a reseeded bed. Good stuff. I don't know if we're going to need too many more lantern fruits. With the Chinese potatoes, we might consider, I don't know, diversifying a little bit. Just keeping the crop nice and lively by filling out the rest of these pots with things that can grow, so that I always have a good selection of things. And once this room is fully filled out with all the beautiful stuff that we need in order to survive, it's time to head back out to sea. Let's have a look at what upgrades. I think the polyaniline is pretty much the #1 thing we need to get a hold of right now, and I don't know where we get that from. What other cool stuff can I make down in here? I can make a thermoblade. A thermoblade would be nice. I don't, need it right this second, but it would be cool. Cyclops upgrades. There's a couple of upgrades we can go into right there. But by and large, we just need to get our hands on some plasteel. As far as creating the... Let's have a look at what we need in order to make the prawn. I've never built the prawn before, so this should be an interesting revelation. You there, sir. Would you like to be my dinner? I got a feeling that you would like to be my dinner. Join on in. Don't separate yourself from the fun. Become a part of it. There is our vehicle construction location. So if I wanted to make the prawn, What's that going to take? Oh, the prawn suit's not done yet. How is the prawn suit not done yet? Do I not have drill arms or something for it? I wonder what I need to get that finished off. Well, never mind then. Nothing to worry about. My name is Splattercat. We've run out of time for the day. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Subnautica. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to stop on by. Hi, do. If you like the video and you like what I do here, showing off indie games every single day on the internet, you should absolutely 100% hit that like button. That's the main thing that keeps me in business here on the interwebs. Hi, do, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.